One, as we have all seen now, Kim Jong Un is not dead, and he never was dead. Yet the media continued to hound this over and over and over again for two reasons. One, to try to cause a destabilization in the DPRK, and two, because people will believe it. And let's face it, you can tell people anything about the DPRK and they will believe it. I mean, for example, you could tell that idiot Cenk Uygur that the DPRK discovered unicorns when that was not what happened, and he'll run out on his show and tell everybody that it did, even though the DPRK had never claimed that, and it's not even a mistranslation. I read the original article from the KCNA when they had found what was said to be the place, said to be the burial site of the Cholima creature. They had never claimed that the unicorn actually existed. They found what was supposed to be the burial site of it, and from history, whatnot. They had never claimed that unicorns were real. And frankly, anybody who ever believed the DPRK said unicorns were real are idiots. And I say they're idiots because they didn't take 2 seconds to criticize the media for making such a completely outrageous claim, or taking maybe 15 minutes to actually look up what the DPRK actually said. So let's just give that as a baseline, that you can claim anything about the DPRK and people will believe it. So let's add on top of that the fact that there are continual claims of people being executed by the DPRK leadership mysteriously coming back to life. Now you would think by this time you'd start maybe getting it through your head that you didn't know what you were talking about, or that maybe the media was continually lying. Of course, the media is always lying to you, except when they're talking about things you don't like, and then all of a sudden they're magically telling the truth, particularly about countries or people that they perceive as their enemies. Now, even the gray zone is now saying that, no, look at the history of this. You keep screwing this up. RT is saying, look at the history. You keep producing these falsehoods. And now even the mainstream media is saying, okay, we get these things wrong a lot. We got this wrong. Okay, do you understand that even the mainstream media is admitting, yeah, actually we don't know what we're talking about, short of actually just admitting that they were lying. Because now they can pass the buck off to somebody else, at least in this case. A former senior North Korean diplomat has apologized after saying Kim Jong Un was in poor health, and that he couldn't stand, that he was bedridden, and that he was in a vegetative state, and that once he had appeared on television, that he had actually made all of that up. So it's not the mainstream media's fault for not doing due diligence and actually trying to verify something that was claimed. It's this guy's fault for lying because you put $860,000 in front of him, which is the general amount of money that are given to DPRK defectors for their fantastic and even blatantly contradictory stories like Yeonmi Park claiming to have climbed a mountain to escape the DPRK where there was no mountain. But that is a whole separate video, and that is a whole separate thing altogether. So, you see here, now, while myself, I was very skeptical. I didn't think he was dead, but I thought it was very possible that he was very sick. But at no point did I think he was dead, or proclaim him to be dead, or proclaim him to be sick. I said that I did not know, and I thought that it was very possible that he could be severely sick. Believe it or not, world leaders are not immortal and invincible. They can get sick and even die like the rest of us. But the point is, now even the mainstream media is finally acknowledging that maybe they don't know what they're talking about. They're not admitting that they're lying pieces of garbage, but they are finally admitting that maybe they don't know what they're talking about because they look really stupid from this. Well, the ones that bothered to acknowledge it. Some of them are just going on pretending like they never said that he was dead. Not outright saying we didn't say that, just conveniently forgetting about it. So, once again, I realized this video's late. This should have been made a while ago, but I was having technical difficulties with my camera. As you saw a couple days ago, there was one without any video. Technical difficulty that I was trying to deal with. But this video does need to be done because at this point it needs to be made. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.